Your car is stuck in gridlock. Sirens are blaring. A wall of water or fire is rushing toward your family. You're praying for an escape route, praying for just one open road to safety. And then you see it. A 4-mile, perfectly paved private road leading straight to higher ground. But the gates are locked. Guards are standing there, and, behind that locked gate, billionaire Oprah Winfrey's land. And now reports tying Kamala Harris into a secret deal that decides who gets access and who doesn't, when every second means life or death. So guys, this is not speculation. This is not a movie. This is what families in Hawaii live through. And now California residents are terrified that it's about to happen again. Now, today, I want to expose what insiders are calling the private roads deal, a system where elites keep the keys to safety while everyday Americans are left trapped, screaming in panic in traffic, and they're praying that they can survive. And folks, here's the kicker. Kamala Harris just made her big political announcement, and the timing of this leak could not be any worse. So did she really walk away from the California governor's race to prepare for a presidential run in 2028, knowing that this deal could come back to haunt her? Well, of course, what you're about to hear is going to leave you stunned. We're going to go ahead and unlock the gates, police protecting billionaire property instead of your family, unanswered questions about who gets saved first and who gets left behind. And of course, you're going to probably be asking yourself this one question. If elites like Oprah Winfrey and Kamala Harris control the roads to safety, then where does that leave the rest of us? So I want to go ahead and get into this. So buckle up, guys, because what I'm about to tell you, it really kind of makes that Maui outrage look like a warm-up act. Now, this isn't just a bad look for Oprah anymore. This is a full-blown scandal that ties elite privilege to political power, and it could mean life or death for ordinary Americans in the next big disaster. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys remember the Maui incident. You had The Rock involved, Mark Zuckerberg, Oprah Winfrey, and several others, multiple billionaires. We have reports leaking out of California's emergency planning meetings, and what they describe is absolutely chilling. Allegedly, Oprah's infamous private 4-mile escape road, the same one that made headlines in Hawaii, is part of a special access arrangement with political elites, including Kamala Harris. Now, this deal, as insiders are calling it, would keep certain roads gated and guarded during mass evacuations, ensuring a fast track for wealthy landowners, politicians, and their inner circles, while ordinary families sit gridlocked for hours praying to survive. Now think about that for a second. Roads built on American soil, under American skies, are locked off from the very taxpayers who might need them the most. Mothers with crying children, seniors stuck in traffic, people running for their lives. And the decision to open the gate is in the hands of billionaires and politicians. Now, if you're not furious yet, you will be, because this isn't a one-time mistake. This happened before. You may remember. And what you saw last time was really going to turn your stomach. Now, last year, during the horrific tsunami scare in Hawaii, local officials were fleeing for their lives. Sirens were blaring, traffic was frozen, families begged for any kind of way out. And there it was. There was a perfectly paved escape road cutting through Oprah's 1,000-acre property, leading to high ground and safety. But it was locked, guarded, off limits. Parents were yelling, "Please, my kids need to get out." Residents screamed that they had minutes to spare, yet the gates stayed shut. Police were stationed there not to save people, but to protect private property. And it only changed after the internet exploded in rage, calling Oprah a monster for keeping the lifeline closed while lives were hanging in the balance. Now, that's the only reason the gates finally opened: public humiliation, not compassion. And so now the same setup exists in California, with Kamala Harris's name whispered in connection to these elite-only escape plans. Folks, this raises a terrifying question. Was Maui just a preview of what's coming next? If this deal is real, how many lives could be lost while billionaires and politicians cruise to safety on roads that you're not allowed to touch? Oh, and wait until you hear what Kamala Harris has done in her own home state while disasters rage. You're going to want to see this next part. It's true betrayal at a level that's probably going to leave you speechless. Now, if you appreciate the updates, hit the like button and subscribe. Now, you would be shocked just how many seniors are paying over $1,000 a year more than they have to pay for Medicare. In other words, they're just wasting. So many seniors today are wasting about $1,000 or more a year on Medicare. It's wild, and most people don't even know it. This is why I partnered with Chapter to stop this from happening. Leslie Taylor, she told us she switched plans and is now saving $1,000 every year. Nancy, she said, Chapter just saved me $600 a year. I absolutely love it. Now, she went on to say, it may allow me to stay in my home. Wow. These are not rare cases. It happens every day when the right people check your coverage. So you'll see a phone number on your screen down below. Call that phone number right now, 909-563-8279, or go to askchapter.org/Ron. Call our friends at Chapter right now. Even if you think your plan is fine, wouldn't it be worth finding out that you could save like Leslie or Nancy, or even get more for your money and save money at the same time? I'm just saying, it only takes a couple seconds. And so here's where it gets worse, folks. Because if you thought Oprah's scandal was bad, just wait until you see how Kamala Harris's name keeps showing up in these reports. California, Kamala Harris's home turf, the same state that she promised to protect, the place that she built her entire political career on for years. Wildfires burned entire neighborhoods to the ground. Immigrants flooded unprotected communities. Riots destroyed businesses. And where was Kamala Harris? Absent, silent, avoiding the stage when her state needed her the most. And now leaked documents suggest she's tied to plans that give elites like Oprah priority access to evacuation routes, while regular Californians, the ones that she's supposed to represent, get left to fight for scraps on jammed highways. Now, picture this, right? You worked your whole life, paid your taxes, voted for leaders who swore that they were going to protect you. And when disaster strikes, you find out that you're second class on your own roads. Now, let me ask you something. Kamala Harris isn't making this easy. Kamala isn't making this easy to explain away. She just announced that she's not running for California governor, sparking speculation that she's geared up for a third presidential bid in 2028. So here's the question hanging over every American watching the show right now. If Kamala Harris can't guarantee fairness and safety for her own people in California, how could we possibly trust her to lead an entire nation in a crisis? Would you ever vote for Kamala Harris after seeing this? And folks, when you see what evacuations really look like for ordinary people, this betrayal becomes even harder to stomach. Now, close your eyes for a second and picture this scene. It's July 2025. Sirens are screaming through California neighborhoods as wildfires jump freeways and push winds. Winds are pushing smoke into every corner of the city. Families are piling into their cars, pets shoved into carriers, people honking, panicking, desperate to escape. Every second feels like an hour. And then reality hits. There are two Americas that are on these roads. In one America, regular families sit bumper to bumper, heat rising, fear setting in, praying that they don't run out of gas before they reach to safety. And in the other America, gates quietly swing open for the wealthy and politically connected. Private roads like Oprah's lead straight to safe zones, roads you can see, but you're not allowed to touch. Roads guarded by law enforcement, paid for with your tax dollars, yet you're not worth saving first. This is the system that this deal has created. It's a two-tier escape plan for natural disasters when your survival depends on your bank account and, who you know in politics. Now, folks, imagine being a parent in that situation. Imagine your kids are crying in the backseat, flames or floods closing in, and you can literally see the road to safety, but it's locked because you're not part of the elite circle. Now, if this doesn't piss you off, I don't know what will. And here's the kicker. You're about to see just how deep this hypocrisy goes, because the same billionaires and politicians locking you out are the same ones begging you for your donations during disasters, these billionaires are claiming that they're helping the people. Anybody buying that? Well, folks, If you think that the betrayal ends with locked gates and secret deals, brace yourself, because the hypocrisy here is enough to make every hardworking American sick to their stomach. Now, I want to rewind just for a second. Remember last year when Oprah and The Rock went on camera, tears in their eyes, asking you to open up your wallet and donate to victims of the Maui fires? Just type in Maui if you remember that. So everyday Americans, some living paycheck to paycheck, they stepped up. People gave $5, $10, $50 that they didn't even have because they thought billionaires were leading by example. And what did we find out? Oprah and The Rock together gave less than a fraction of 1% of their combined fortune. That's lunch money to them. Now, fast forward to today, those same elites are hoarding escape routes, controlling private roads, and leaving ordinary families to choke in gridlock while danger barrels toward them. How can these people claim to be heroes, claim that they will help the people, when they're literally deciding who gets to live and who gets to be left behind? That ain't charity. This isn't compassion. This is PR cover while they protect their own hides first. And it gets worse, because it's not just billionaires that are making these calls. There's an entire system behind the gates, and law enforcement is being told to keep you out. So we saw it in Maui. Cops stationed at Oprah's locked gate, turning away desperate parents screaming for help. Sirens were blaring. A tsunami warning was active, but the priority wasn't saving lives. It was guarding billionaire property lines. And so now leaked reports claim California's emergency protocols include similar orders: protect private land first, keep unauthorized vehicles off elite evacuation roads, even in declared emergencies. Wait for clearance before opening access to the public, even if seconds mean lost lives. Now think about it. Your tax dollars are paying officers to guard escape routes that you helped fund but are not allowed to use. This isn't law enforcement serving the people. This is law enforcement serving elites and politicians, while regular Americans are treated like trespassers in their own state. Now, let's be clear. This is not a shot at the brave men and women in uniform. Many of them, they wanted to open those gates in Maui. They saw the fear in the people's eyes, but orders came from the top, orders that favored billionaires over your family. Folks, that's not just wrong. That's evil. And you're going to start to see what's next, because the politician standing at the center of this whole mess, the same one tied to these road deals, the same one who abandoned California during chaos, is already positioning herself for a White House run in 2028. And so here's the part that's probably going to make every voter in this country stop and think twice, because while this private road scandal is exploding, Kamala Harris she's already working on her political comeback, believe it or not. Now, just weeks ago, Kamala Harris announced that she would not run for California governor, despite months of speculation. The mainstream spin: she needs time to reflect. The real talk: she's gearing up for a 2028 presidential bid. So let me ask you this. If this private road deal is true, and we now have multiple sources pointing that way, what kind of America is Kamala Harris planning to lead? An America where your right to survive a natural disaster depends on whether you're rich or politically connected? An America where roads built on U.S. soil become exclusive VIP lanes for elites while regular families are abandoned to chaos? Because this is exactly what happened in Maui, and now California is starting down the same nightmare under plans tied to Kamala Harris's political circle. So here's the part that's probably going to really just kind of send some chills, right? If this is how she treats her own home state, her own neighbors, imagine how she would treat you from the Oval Office. But here's the twist that elites were not ready for. Ordinary Americans are not staying quiet this time. Social media is on fire right now. It's blowing up. It's exploding. Hashtags demanding open the roads are trending nationwide. Residents are posting videos from evacuation zones showing miles-long traffic jams, families stuck for hours, while private gates to elite escape routes sit locked and guarded. One father's video has gone viral. His kids are crying in the backseat, smoke and flames in the distance. And you can literally see the road to safety beyond a closed metal gate. His words, how many more of us have to die before these gates open? Mothers are screaming in gridlock. Neighbors are banging on fences. The rage is boiling over because Americans they're starting to realize something horrifying. Their lives are being weighed against billionaire property lines, and billionaire property is winning. Now, folks, this is not the America we grew up believing in. This is a two-tier system where elites decide who gets saved first. And now that ugly truth is out in the open for everybody to see. And so what happens next could really change everything, because while Kamala Harris plots her next campaign, while Oprah Winfrey hides behind PR statements, President Trump's administration is stepping in with a plan that could blow this whole private roads deal to pieces once and for all. Now, we talked about the locked gates. We've heard the cries of families trapped in the wrong side of billionaire fences. We've seen the betrayal from politicians who swore to serve the people, but serve their elite friends instead. But now we got to ask, who's really fighting for you in these moments that mean life or death? Because while Kamala Harris and Oprah are making deals behind closed doors, while billionaires are hoarding escape routes and police are guarding these empty roads instead of helping desperate parents, President Donald J. Trump has taken a stand for every single American. Now, in July 2025, Trump ordered a full review of private land use in federally declared emergencies, making it crystal clear. In a disaster, no locked gate comes before human life. No billionaire owns the right to safety more than you do. And public resources, public roads, public protection belongs to every American equally. This is what leadership looks like. Trump is moving to make sure that this private roads deal never happens again on his watch. Because in his America, there are no VIP lanes when lives are on the line. But this fight ain't over yet, folks, because this scandal has exposed something a lot bigger, a question that we all have to answer. When disaster strikes, should your survival depend on your bank account? Should a billionaire's property rights outweigh your children's right to escape? Should politicians have the power to decide who lives and who's left behind simply because of your wealth or your status? Because this is exactly what this private roads deal revealed. A two-tier America where elites keep themselves safe first, and you're forced to fight for scraps on the highway. And now it's out in the open. Every American has to make a choice. You have to make a choice right now. Do we accept this? Or do we demand a system where every road to safety is open to every citizen in every emergency, no exceptions, no VIP passes, no billionaire privilege? Because the next disaster isn't a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when it comes, you deserve more than locked gates and excuses from elites hiding behind PR statements. This scandal isn't just about Kamala Harris or Oprah Winfrey anymore. It's about the soul of our country. This is about whether we allow a future where your life is worth less than theirs because you're not part of the club. And that's why we say tonight, loud and clear, it's over. This deal is blown wide open. The truth is out. And the American people will never forget who locked those gates. Now, if you're as outraged as I am, make sure you share this video right now. Do not miss the next video popping up on your screen. It dives even deeper into how these same elites have been selling you lies about disaster aid and donations for years. Trust me, you do not want to miss what else they're hiding. I'll see you guys on the next video.